implemented. I'm good. I can read this. I'm not going to be good. I'm not that good at reading, actually. I don't public speaking. Okay.
You can do it. Do you mind?
No, I'm good. Yes, actually, that's good.
That's great. Yeah, there you go. All right, we're cool.
When I was a little girl, my mom used to tell me stories of knights in shining armor, princes and princesses. She also used to tell me about the man that I would marry. That was very that was pregnant pause. I'm awfully sorry. Pregnant pause.
Pregnant pauses don't need to be told they're pregnant.
No, I'm not pregnant. Okay, I'm not. No. She would tell me he would be kind, he would have blue eyes, and he would be respectful. And every person that I brought home, I would ask her if that was the one. And she would shake her head and say, it isn't the right one. Frustrating as it was, I listened to her stories and to her advice. When I brought Tyler home to meet my mother for the first time, she did not hesitate to say that he was the right one. And the thing is, I already knew that was true. See, when I was 13 years old, I wrote a list to my future self, because we all have journals, and I wrote a list to my future self, okay, of the things that I wanted in a partner. In some magical way, this list is everything that Tyler is, but he's even more. So I actually wrote the list out, so I'm going to read it. So when I was 13, what I wanted was 1, trustworthy, 2, considerate of other people's feelings, 3, nice to my cats. I actually wrote that and I have 4, nice to and likes my family. 5, taller than me.
Got that covered.
6, semi-cute.
What'd you say? Semi-cute? Semi-cute? Oh.
Not full cute though.
7, clean and groomed. 8, smells nice. 9, sweet to kids, but twice as sweet to me. 10, puts thought into what he says.
Yeah.
Yes. 11, intelligent. I actually wrote intelligent at 13, by the way. I'm just,
Because you were smart.
I was. 12, believes in going on dates. So Tyler, when I first met you, I knew I was going to marry you. From the beginning, you were my best friend. And through many complicated, very complicated life events, you supported me and shared in my happy and saddest moments. I don't have a struggle to tell you how much I love you. The challenge is trying to capture the words that describe why I love you, how I love you, when I began to love you, and the reasons you have become the most important person in my life. It's easy to talk about the unique intricacies, oh my God, sorry, of our unique bond, the ability you have to make me laugh when I really just want to call in bed and cry, or the beautiful physique that you have, embodied in a highly intellectual and sensitive person.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Get a room.
That I just feel I need to embrace and protect. You sometimes are stubborn, and that teaches me patience. Our daily tribulations that we share are our own secrets, and I will say that I am honored to have a lifetime of secrets with you. How we talk every day since we actually first met, literally, even when we head off to work, and have written thousands of pages of dialogue via text. You've accepted me for everything that I am, and I'm not perfect. I'm really not. You've made me a better person every day, and continue to teach me new things and share the joys in our adventures. It's a little wet, hang on. What I would like to do is share some words from my own authors, because you know a core part of our relationship is books. Now this is going to be really, I did not read his vows, and this is really weird, by the way. From the moment we began spending time together, we were sharing snippets of the books that we read, listening to audiobooks on road trips, and getting enthralled in never-ending stories. Reading to each other in treetops and reveling in those stories. The sheer joy that we experience in large, dusty bookstores is the story of our love. So I begin with a quote that I relate to the early days of our relationship. As tumultuous as it was, and as agonizing as it was at times, I was enraptured in your presence, and I fought to stick by your side. So I'm going to read this. It's a quote from Great Expectations. Out of my thoughts, you are part of my existence, part of myself. You have been in every line I have ever read since I first came here. The rough common boy, or girl, whose poor heart you wounded even then. You have been in every prospect I have ever seen since, on the river, on the sails of the ships, on the marshes, in the clouds, in the light, in the darkness, in the wind, in the woods, in the sea, in the streets. You have been the embodiment of every graceful fancy that my mind has ever become acquainted with. The stones of which the strongest London buildings are made are not more real or more impossible to displace with your hands than your presence influence has been to me, there and everywhere, and will always be. Pip to Estella. As we stand here together in front of our families and our friends we have built over the last 4 years, I look at you and I can easily say that I commit myself to you as my best friend, as a lover, as a confidant, to spend the rest of my existence in this world being your partner. For you, and there's another quote by the way, for you and my respect are all the world, and how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look at me? That's from Midsummer's Night Dream. I stand here as your best friend, your intimate partner. I'm sorry, there's a lot of sex in here, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry, my bad. Your advocate. I've seen you grow into a beautiful, beautiful individual that encompasses everything that I respect in this world. I love your family. I really do. I love your family. And I am so honored that our friends and family are gathered here to share this moment in our lives, the continuation of our partnership at the beginning of our marriage. I almost don't have the right words to describe how excited I am to be coupled with you in matrimony for the rest of my life. But I need to tell you, you are so beautiful standing here. And you're so brave proclaiming your love in front of 50 people. Thank you for being my rock. Thank you for being my protector. And now, thank you for being my husband. Tyler Chekovich. You have my heart, you have my mind, and you have my promise to respect you, to protect you, and to love you until the end of my existence.
That was awesome.